am the director of the Spartan Pathways Travel Program, and I'm happy you're able to join us today for this pre-departure briefing regarding the Norwegian fjords trip. So just a little housekeeping. If you could remain on mute, that would be wonderful. The speakers on these computers these days will pick up just a little bit of sound. So if you do have questions, you can add those in the chat feature, or you can wait until the end and when we'll have a Q&A session. So also too, this is being recorded. And so at the end, if you have any questions or if you couldn't remember something that was said, I will be sending you out a video link in the next couple of days so that you can review it. So, okay. All right. I want to begin by introducing Matt Cannon. He is your MSU host for the tour. And Matt works for the Spartan Fund here at Michigan State. And Matt, go ahead. Say a few words.
Regina, thank you. Looking forward to spending a great time with you all and those who aren't on the call. This is my first time being a part of the Spartan Pathways tour, so I'm very excited to really just have this experience. It's something that'll be new for me, traveling to this part of the world. So I'm not sure if all of you have been to this part of the world, but I know all of you are avid travelers. So I will hopefully learn as much from you as you do from me. And I just want to be an ambassador for the university, a host to you, a resource for you during the trip. And like I said, looking forward to it. Just a little bit about myself that you didn't read in the bio. Assistant athletic director with Spartan Fund. I joined Michigan State just under a year and a half ago. And before that, I spent 10 years out at Oregon State University, but I'm originally from the Midwest, grew up in the state of Ohio, did undergrad there at Ohio University. And we'll get to learn a little bit more about each other leading up to and during the trip. But like I said, looking really forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Matt. Next, I'd like to introduce Mark Miller. He is a vice president at AHI Travel, has been there for many, many years, and I've worked with him for many years, and just a wonderful person too. So he's going to give you an overview of the trip. Go ahead, Mark.
Great. Yeah, thanks, Regina. Thanks, Matt. It was great to meet everyone virtually. Thank you, Regina, for putting this all together because I'm very low tech, as Regina knows. Regina's very high tech, and so I could never do this. So thank you. We've been working with Spartan Travel and Michigan State University Alumni Association for over 50 years, and we've just had a great time doing it. Regina and I have been working together. How many years? I mean, lots and lots of years together, Regina. So this is always a lot of fun. And especially when it's a place where I absolutely love, which is Norway. Spent some time there. I actually proposed to my wife actually in Denmark, in Copenhagen. And then right after that, we went up to Norway to relax and enjoy. So this is a great trip. You guys are going to be... We've been running this trip this year. You guys are going to be group number 7. And so this trip has gone so very smoothly for us. And so it'll be the same for you. And I'm just so excited that you guys get to see a country that I love. Used to be the happiest country in the world. Now that's Finland, but Norway is number 2. The second most happiest, so everybody knows. First of all, there's going to be 19 souls from Michigan State here, which is great. It's great group. It's not exclusive. We have 2, a couple from the University of Houston who couldn't make their date, so Regina was kind enough to say, "Come on, travel with the Spartans." So that's great. And then we have 2 other people, which we kind of classify as what we call independent, only because at their university alumni association is not sponsoring this particular tour. North Carolina State's not sponsoring it, but they love to travel. And Regina was kind enough to say, "Okay, you folks, you can go on as well." So we'll have 2 from University of Houston and then 2 from what we call independents, but they're actually from North Carolina. Just so you know. So their name badge will probably say, just Traveler on it. I might not have any kind of logo or anything. So just so you know. And then we've got a great travel director. This is Frederick. And he is Norwegian, born and raised. He knows all these areas like the back of his hand. Just a great guy, and I think you'll really will enjoy him. He'll really open up the country for you. Any questions that you might have as you're traveling along. He's got a lot of really great stories, and I think you're just going to absolutely love Frederick. So just a couple things. I know you guys are all experienced travelers, but I have to go through these things just because this has been happening this year. First of all, please make sure your passport's 6 months valid after the return date of July 12th. Believe it or not, we have people showing up to the airport and denied passage because they didn't have their passports weren't valid enough after the return date. I know we try to check on that, but sometimes we miss a few people. And it's a good idea just to take the picture page, take in your smartphone, or just a picture of a snapshot of your picture page of your passport, just in case you lose it. My wife is very good at losing her passport, and I think we've been at I think we have a record of being at the most embassies while traveling. So just take a picture, put that in your carry-on, keep it on you so that if you do anything happens to your passport, you'll have that copy. If you have a smartphone, good to kind of take a picture. Vaccination, boosters, get all that. COVID, flu. I think there's a quademic happening right now. RSV, COVID variation, flu. The only recommendation there is don't get them all in one arm at the same time like I did. Otherwise, that arm's going to be useless for about 24 hours. So just please, get all the boosters, get all that done before you go, just because there's a different variation of COVID happening there in Europe and getting on the plane and stuff. So that's all good. And then this is not mandatory. There's no requirement, but I would just take a COVID self-test before going. If you do test positive for COVID, call us. We'll give you some options not to go on this trip, but another one. We just don't want you knowingly have COVID to spread it. We're going to be in close quarters on a bus, traveling around on the train, and we just don't want anyone. We just want to be healthy and safe. And so just if you want to do that, great. If you don't want to do that, great. And also in the reverse, when you get back home, test yourself for COVID because there is this variant going around there, and people are bringing it back. And just test yourself just so that you don't, that you don't have COVID, and that way you don't give it to your family and friends and neighbors, unless you don't really like your neighbors. No, I'm just kidding. No, test yourself. Make sure you don't have it when you get back. Flight information, TSA has been very strict. This year's been just very strict. Make sure, I know probably half of you, or at least a third of you, are doing your own thing with your air tickets. Great. Just make sure that your passport name equals your name on your ticket. We've had instances this year that, you might go by nickname. I know Matt does the 1T instead of the 2, but he puts Matthew because I'm sure that says it on his passport, and that matches his air ticket. So just make sure that's happening. Customs and immigrations going out of the country and coming in have been very, very, very strict. And as you know, you can, check in online, again, Regina's high tech, she does it online. You can do it on your app, your luggage and all that. And I just be careful with the luggage on this trip. We've got a short flight from Bergen up to Tromsø. So, your checked luggage, no more than 50 pounds. You're not going to need more than 50 pounds of stuff. No more than 17 pounds on the carry-on. And then the carry-on also, you could do a purse, computer bag, camera bag, all that. But you're not going to, we want you to pack light. We want you to dress smart casual, so don't have to take, that big gown that Regina took on her last trip to represent Michigan State. You don't have to take that gown. You can leave that at home and just be casual. We want you to be casual and comfortable and dressed in layers. And that gets me to my next issue is attire and packing. Attire, again, smart casual. You guys, you don't have to wear one of these at any time unless you really want to. You can wear a sports jacket for the welcome and farewell receptions if that's what you want to do, but that is not required. And ladies, you don't have to bring the gown like Regina does. You can just dress comfortably, nice, cute cocktail dress. That's all good. We want you to pack light, be comfortable, and dress in layers, pack layers. The most important thing you're going to bring is comfortable walking shoes. As Regina knows, I used to be an Echo man, but now I'm a Cole Haan man. So broken in, walking shoes, that's going to be good. There's a lot of walking here, a lot of great sightseeing in the fjords, but there's some walking. So that's the most important thing that you're going to bring. Don't bring the new ones. Bring the ones that you've broken in. And also dress in layers. So, in Oslo, it'll be nice. It'll be like, like here in Chicago today, 65 degrees, 75 the high. But when you get to Tromsø, the low, will be about 45 degrees and a high will be 50. So layers, you might see some light rain in Bergen. So we want you to bring light rain jacket, sunglasses, sunscreen. Don't forget the sunscreen. I forgot the sunscreen last time. That was not good. So sunscreen, caps for outside, etc. And we also want you to bring the N95 mask. We have them. Frederick has these, but I like to wear my own mask. So just in case, someone has a cold, anything's going around, we might ask people, hey, you might want to wear your mask. And then, of course, we encourage everyone to bring a refillable water bottle. Because we're very, very sustainable, and Norway actually is one of the most sustainable countries out there. And so we don't like to use the plastic water bottles, but if you can bring an empty refillable water bottle, we got water stations all over the place. And so we just ask you to bring that, pack that as well. Packing tip for all the couples. What my wife and I do is put 50% of my stuff in her bag, and then she puts 50% of her stuff in my bag, so that if any bags get lost, at least we'll have some clothes actually for a few days. The real number actually, guys, is 10%. I only have about 10% for her bag, just for the record. I know we're recording this. So, but try to get your clothes in both bags. If you're traveling solo, then just make sure in your carry-on you have, at least, a day's clothing, just in case, again, your bags but knock on wood here, we haven't had any lost bags this year. And so we don't anticipate that at all. Also in your carry-on, you want to put your valuables. Don't bring a lot of valuables, but if you do, that's where it goes. Your electronics and also your medication. So if you're on medication, make sure from your doctor that it lasts through, past July. So July 12th, because you want to, have that, of course, and then take a snapshot of the bottle, or just have the original container. Again, TSA has been really weird about medication in Ziploc bags, and so they want you kind of to prove what that is. So just a tip to just have the original container, or just take a snapshot of it so they can actually know what it is. And if you like any type of over-the-counter medicine, like Advil, Tylenol, Pepto, anything that you like, bring it along and put that also in your check or carry-on luggage, because you won't find that in Norway. It's difficult to find some of the things that you might love. I know I had to always run over to Regina to get my Advil because I forgot my Advil. She's Advil person. So just make sure you have a good supply of that, because you don't want to be running around to the pharmacy to try to find those things, and just have anything that you think you might need for over-the-counter medication. Currency. We've got the krone, and for the numbers, 10 kroner, however you want to say that, is $1 US. So 10 to 1. So just so you know, and you don't really need to bring any US dollars. You should bring your ATM card, debit card, to use at an ATM. You can get the krones out there to use. Also, I would try to hook up your smartphone to your no foreign transaction fees credit card. Again, there's a lot of contactless payment there in Norway. And so you won't need even I think when I was there, I didn't pull out my credit card, physical credit card at all. I just used my phone most of the time. But, they got the tap and pay too. But the no foreign transaction fees is good. And then if you're taking out cash, try to keep that at a minimum. If you want to take out a couple $100 equivalent US in kroner, that's great. But, when you do that, there's a transaction fee. So you don't want to keep getting hit with transaction fees, but that's the best exchange rate through your debit card and ATM. And if you want to call your bank to tell them you're going to be in Norway, that's a good idea as well, especially if you're part of a credit union. They're not as sophisticated as the bigger banks, so you might get a fraud alert. So try to do that as well. And as well as long as you're calling a bank, just make sure your family knows where you are. Just tell them, hey, I'm going to be in Norway. Here's contact information. So just that's all kind of a tip. There's not, we've been warning folks about pickpocketers. There's not that kind of thing really in Norway, but I'm just going to say that out loud. Yeah, just, be careful with stuff on your person. I have this really cool fanny pack that my kids always laugh at me. That's pretty common. And keep it right in front of me, keep it in my pocket, front. But I wouldn't put anything like in your back pocket. I would keep an eyeball on your backpack or computer bag, so just a safety so that folks don't, grab your stuff when you're not looking. Gratuities. Everyone asking me about that. So everything's included. Gratuities. There's no gratuities necessary. I'm a big hotel staff tipping person, so I might tip $1 US dollar a day at the hotels. You're going to be 3 nights in Oslo, 3 nights in Bergen, 3 nights in Tromsø. So it's all up to you. It's not required. So again, 10 kroner is $1. So just you could do the math. And then if you do want to tip Frederick, we kind of recommend. And again, he is a highly paid professional. It's not mandatory that you tip Frederick, but if you did want to, the range is from 5 to 10 US dollars per person per day. That's kind of the range. But again, it's not mandatory. It's not required to tip Frederick. That's completely at your discretion. So a couple other things. Cell phones, Wi-Fi. There's good Wi-Fi at all these 3 hotels, no problem if you want to be connected. If you do want to use your cell phone, I would call your wireless carrier. I'm an AT&T guy, so when I turn my phone on there in Oslo, it's $12 a day, but my phone works just like it does here in the States with the data and cellular service, all that stuff. You can keep your, and you have to turn on the data roaming, but you could keep your phone on airplane mode and data roaming off and just use Wi-Fi, so that's fine. Again, good Wi-Fi at the hotel, so that's not ever a problem. And then, did everyone get their box? Did everyone get their box? Okay, everyone. Okay, I see a lot of these shaking heads. Good box. In that box is your name badge. Please wear them. And at least for a few days, so everyone knows everybody. We've got the baggage tag, luggage tags. Please put that on your luggage so that when you do clear customs and get out and we're transferring you, we immediately know that you're there, and we can grab you and get you on the bus and get you over to the hotel. And then we have an adapter. Everyone saw that adapter, the black box adapter. That is good for Norway. And then you could charge your phone or your computer, anything that has a little box on it, as a charger. You can use that. It is not a converter. So if you had like a steam, iron or a hair curler, those need a converter. But everything else, does not. That black box you got there is an adapter. So just to be clear, and it does have a USB and a USB-C port, so you can just plug your phone cords and stuff right in to charge things. All right, just a few more things. 6 hours ahead of Lansing time. Nice. Weather, I'm looking at 55 low, 70 high in Oslo. I'm looking at 50 degrees, a little cooler in Bergen, a little 50 degrees low, 65 high in Bergen with a little bit of rain. So light rain jacket could be acceptable. And then when you get up there to North Cape, Tromsø, it's not going to be like here in Chicago today. High is going to be like 50 degrees. So pack accordingly. There could be warmer spikes during the time that you're there, but that sounds about right as far as Tromso up there, up there. And here's an emergency number. Again, I know that you guys are, some are doing your own air, some are doing our air. It doesn't matter if there's something happening with your air where you're getting delayed. Please call us. Here's the number. It is 844 382 2701. And I know this is going to be recorded, and I'm sure Regina's going to make sure everyone gets this number, 844 382 2701. This is outside of business hours, and that's Monday through Friday here in Chicago, 9 to 5. So if you do have an issue during normal business hours, you can talk to your travel coordinator that you've been talking to. You can call our 800 number and talk to our travel coordinator, and they will help you out. But anything outside of business hours, that's the number that you can call. And then again, if you're not using your, that's fine. Let us know that you're going to be delayed, so that Frederick knows that you are and can expect you or can try to help you, to get to the hotel. A few highlights that I like, and then I'll take in some questions. Of course, Oslo and the skiing, the icons there in Oslo, great city, one of my favorite cities. Of course, the fjords, all the fjords are just absolutely beautiful. The Bergen railway to Oslo to Bergen is also another favorite thing of mine. The Sami that you'll learn about when you're up in Tromso, and then of course the husky dog kennel. That's another kind of cool thing that you guys will see. So that's just a few things that I love, that I like. But I think the fjords are just absolutely wonderful. You get a chance to be on the rail, to see, be on a cruise to see the fjords. These little the trains that you'll be on, the Flam train line and the Bergen train line, just absolutely wonderful to travel. So with that, if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Do we have any questions? You can either unmute yourself and ask, or you can put it in the chat.
Yeah. All right.
No.
I was having trouble getting unmuted. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
That's okay.
I did have a question about medications.
Yeah.
Because in our case, there's large and interesting variety. If we brought all the bottles, I'd probably need a carry-on bag for the bottles. So, are you saying that I can take a picture of the pill and the prescription next to it, and that would be adequate to explain it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's really random. It's so random. It's like me, I go through TSA and it's always me and me and someone who's blonde haired. I don't know why that is, but so it's all random. So, you most likely 99%, everyone has no problem, with it. But we've had some cases where TSA has stopped and it's, a container that they don't like or they have a problem with. And so that's what we suggest people to do is a picture of it. You could, make if you can print it out even or keep it on your phone. They're good with all those methods to say, hey, this is my medication. This is what it looks like. Here's the prescription.
Okay. I have an innocent face. It won't happen to me.
Maybe I don't. Maybe that's the problem, huh? That's a good question. Thank you.
Hey,
Mark,
Mark.
can you talk about what would happen for those that have purchased or had gotten their air through AHI? What will happen upon arrival? Excuse me.
Yeah, sure. Well, first of all, we're going to be looking for you. So we're not going to leave without you. It's about an hour transfer there when you get to Oslo. So we have all your flight information. You're going to land. You're going to go through, customs. A lot of you will go through customs, I think, in Oslo. And then you'll get your luggage. And then you'll go on to the arrival area, and that's when you're going to see the big AHI sign, our team there, and then we're tracking you. Those who've purchased our air, we're tracking you. I think a lot of you actually who did not purchase our air are doing your own thing. So we're not going to be looking for you, but anyone who purchases our air, we're going to be stalking you until we find you and get you on the bus.
And that's where it's good to have a cell phone. So if
Yeah.
for some reason they need to reach
Yeah.
you, it's good to be
Yeah, and here's Frederick. You know, I do have Frederick's number if you guys want to take it, and just use this if there's trouble. I know you want to call him to say, "Hey, Frederick, I'm looking forward to this, all this," but call him if there's trouble or some kind of fusion. It's Frederick, Fredrik. That's the Norwegian way to spell Frederick. It's +47. That's the country code, and then it's 4. And then it's 680-5044. So +47 4 680-5044. He's happy to talk to you, you know, if there's in any kind of issue. Yeah. And that's, I think, WhatsApp, and that's text too.
okay. Maria, do you have a question?
Yeah, so we're flying in a day early.
Mhm.
We were terrified of getting routed through Newark. So, and I'm sure we caused all kinds of headaches for people, and I appreciate their patience with me. But so is there actually going to be somebody from AHI there when we arrive on, we're flying out
Yeah.
we're flying out the 1st.
Yes. And then you have our air then, Maria?
Yes.
Okay. If you have our air, and I don't see on my list here, on this list here, I say, which might not be updated, but I was just talking to Victoria in our office, our travel
Yes.
coordinator. It says here on my list, and you please verify with this, is that that you don't need a transfer, but I would
Right.
just double check that with her.
Right. We
But
were going to
if
take
you
a
do come in
taxi.
early, yes, if you do have our air and you come in early, as a rule, yes. You know, if you need a transfer, we will arrange one.
Okay.
You know, so you'd have to check. Please check with Victoria, because what you're saying to me doesn't match what I have on my piece of paper here.
Okay.
So Maria, are you staying at the airport, at a hotel in the airport?
No, we're gonna transfer to the Radisson.
Okay.
Yeah, make sure. Again, make sure with Victoria that, you know, that either that we've got a transfer arranged for you, or that that we know that you're coming early. I want to make sure that we've got to get all that straight for you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. And by the way, Newark, my daughter left. My daughter got married on Saturday, and she left yesterday. And she's in Naples right now. She's in Amalfi Coast right now, but she went through Newark yesterday, and everything
Boy,
was beautiful. So,
okay.
what I hear from what we hear from our airline partners is that Newark is back in business. So, I give yourself still some time there, but there hasn't been really any hiccups for all the many folks that we've routed through Newark over the last few weeks,
Oh,
including my
great. Good
daughter,
to hear.
who made it. Sent me a nice picture.
Well, thank you.
Right.
Congratulations on
Oh,
getting
thank
your
you.
daughter married and acquiring a son.
Yeah, it was a beautiful wedding. She looks stunning.
Mm.
Good. All right. Any other questions? Matt, go ahead.
Yeah. First of all, Mark, thanks for all that detail.
Sure.
It's very, very helpful, especially, I mean, I know for me personally, since it's my first time. As we've seen, there's a bunch of great like scheduled excursions and everything like that throughout the trip, but there's also free time for people to kind of explore themselves. And it
Mhm.
sounds like you're familiar with the area. Is there a spot or anything that isn't on the itinerary that if we have some free time, your recommendation of like, hey, you should check this out. It's not on anything you're
Yeah.
going to receive, but it's fun.
Yeah, or there's you know, I'm a big kind of foodie, and Frederick knows all the good food places, and so first of all, I would there's you know, you're not covering every meal, and so when you're in like Oslo or Bergen, when there's not a dinner, I would definitely suggest get some good you know, restaurant recommendations from Frederick, but they're Oslo, it's great. I mean, I'm also an independent. I like to just go on my own. So the transportation system there, if you guys are adventurous, hop on a bus. If you feel adventurous, it's a great bus a city system there. There's some great food there, you know, Norwegian food. If you're into the, you know, it's a lot of fish, you know, and a lot of good meats. So that would kind of be my recommendations. A lot of really, at least in my opinion, a lot of great food. Frederick could, if there's something particularly that you guys are interested in culturally, he knows the spot. And just to explore on your own, you know, and he might vote against this because he doesn't want to lose any of you guys. But I would try to hop on a bus and kind of go around the city. It's great. It's a beautiful city, and there's a lot to see in Oslo and in Bergen. There's the harbor there. If you want to take a nice walk along the harbor there. There's the Bergen Museum, the art museum, which is just fabulous. There's the new Munch museum, I think, there now. I haven't been there since that's open, but yeah, walk along the coast in Bergen. That would be my tip there. Try to hit some, you know, Frederick will give you some good tips for restaurants there in Oslo.
Appreciate it.
Hey, any other questions? All
Okay.
right. Okay, well, if you do by chance think of something after our meeting here, you're welcome to contact me, and I will make sure that we get your questions answered. And again, this is being recorded, so I will send out the link. Thank you, Mark, very much for all your words. And so next, I think what we'll do, if you don't mind, we are so that you can get to know one another a little bit. This is an opportunity for you to connect with your fellow travelers. And we also have our Bright Crowd online directory too, that I know some of you have joined. If you haven't, feel free to reach out to me and I can send you a link to join. But that's a good way for you to learn about your other travelers. But I thought what would be nice today is if we kind of go around the room, around the screen, and I'll call on people. And if you like, you can say if you graduated from Michigan State, what your grad year, what your degree was in, what line of work you were in, and then what you're looking forward to on the trip. And if for some reason you didn't graduate from Michigan State, you know, just mention your connection at all. That would be nice. So I think I'll start with the K's. I know sometimes
Hello?
it takes a minute to unmute. There you go.
Okay,
Go.
okay. I'm Karen. I did graduate from Michigan State in 77 with a degree in communication arts. And from there, I went actually to Purdue and have a degree in nursing, and I worked in the mental health field. And I'm looking forward to returning to Norway. Doug and I lived there many years ago for about 3 years in Stavanger with our family. And I'm looking forward to doing this adult trip and returning.
Wonderful.
Okay. You next.
I did not go to Michigan State.
It's okay.
I visited Michigan State because my future wife was there. I have a bachelor's and a master's from Indiana University in geophysics, and I worked in the oil business for a long time.
Wonderful.
And we just were excited to go back and visit,
See places.
see some places that, we haven't seen in a long time. And the Norwegian people are fantastic, and the scenery is.
How long ago was that? How many years?
1992 to 95.
Long time.
Yeah, we had 4 little kids over there. Now, we didn't have them there; we took them there, and
You're busy.
yeah. So after this trip, we're gonna from Tromsø, we're gonna go down to Stavanger and see some of our old haunts.
Oh, that'll be nice. Well, thank you.
That'll be a
But
very
once
special
again,
trip.
I didn't go to Michigan State.
Okay.
We won't hold that against you.
You're still welcome. You're still
You,
welcome.
you should hold it against them.
That's all right. Okay, Terry. Oh, unfortunately, we can't hear you. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're on mute, but for some reason we were not able to hear you. Oh, now you're on mute. No, afraid, yeah, afraid. Okay, maybe we'll come back. Okay, all right. How about Maria?
Hi, I did go to Michigan State, but for my master's, originally from Wisconsin and got my undergrad in nursing in Wisconsin and got my master's leading to a certificate as a nurse practitioner in family care in 1996. My husband is not here. We are both undergrad of University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. We have talked about seeing Scandinavia before, and when this popped up, it was like, yep, there we go. We'll get there. And just looking forward to seeing the fjords, especially.
Wonderful, great. Okay, the Mills.
Okay, I'm Mike. I graduated from Michigan State in 1971. That's where I met Bev, my wife. I originally had a degree in social science with the objective of being a teacher, but at that time that was not to be. So I switched over and spent about 30 years in different areas of IT, and have really looking forward to just seeing something different. Norway is a country I've heard about, but have never been to, and whatever's there, I'm interested in seeing it.
Wonderful.
And Bev?
I think he covered it nicely.
No, tell them about you.
I graduated from Michigan State University in 71. I have a degree in economics. And I actually ended up spending virtually all of my career in sales and marketing and sales management.
Okay, good. All right, Terry, let's try you again.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes,
Oh,
wonderful.
good. Okay, I took it off of our Bluetooth speaker. We're in the car. We're traveling from Minnesota back to Michigan. We're traveling through Chicago right now, as a matter of fact. Yeah. Yeah, not very fun. It's pretty much construction and lots of stop and go, but we're used to that. My husband and I both graduated from Michigan State University with our undergrad degrees. Scott in 82, and Scott's the driver right now, and I in 83. Scott was packaging engineering and got his first job in packaging engineering at Sealed Air Corporation. Way long time ago. Yeah, moved on, then later got an MBA, and then from Lake Forest School of Management, and then went on to Abbott Laboratories to work his entire career there. I was human resources and worked downtown Florsheim Shoe Company in their corporate headquarters across from Union Station. Mark, you might know where that is, or it was. stay-at-home mom after that, and then went back into education to work as a substitute teacher and in the school district after that. So kind of 3 careers, one after another, just enjoyed every single one of them. We have 2 adult children, and so one of them is in Minnesota, and that's where we were right now. We're looking forward to a trip with a group like this. We have not traveled like this before. We have traveled on our own to lots of national parks since we've retired. We've enjoyed going to like Banff, and we went to Ireland, and so we've traveled both internationally and in the US and Canada, but we thought, let's try one of those tours and see what it's like. So this is our first. So we're looking forward to that.
Wonderful. Yeah, my experience since directing this travel program has been usually we have wonderful groups. I mean, people just all get along very well, and so I hope that's the case this time. I don't doubt that it will be nice. So thank you very much. Again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out and we'll get those answered for you. Thank you again, Mark, very
thank
much,
you,
and
guys.
Matt. And I wish you all safe travels and have a great time, and go green.
See you all in 2 weeks.
Boy.
Bye, you guys. Nice to meet you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
How do I get out of here?